Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining Project AIRE in its suborbital trajectory of Mars. We are about to stage the lander from the quote-unquote orbiter section and get the orbiter into an actual orbit. Sorry, there's somebody within a mile of the house, so the dog's going a little crazy. And then get this thing set up for its reentry and hopefully a successful landing. So we've got about 11 minutes until the decouple. I don't want to set up any commands for this until after said decouple because I don't want Flight Computer to think that this thing is in charge when in fact these are in charge, or at least one of them is. I'll let them fight it out. Yeah. So we're probably going to spend the last little bits of fuel from this orbiter section to get it on a non-suborbital trajectory. I'd like to get it as high as possible so that it can maintain contact with the lander, hopefully, on its way in. And maybe if we get a signal assist from the Mars orbital mapper or its parent craft, we can get direct signal with Earth, although I'm not going to count on it. And with the signal delay, we're looking at like 15 minutes anyway. So we're going to have to pre-program absolutely everything, although I will be flying it hands-on because I'm allowed to do that. Don't judge me. But, yeah, 10 more minutes. Let's just go ahead and time warp through this. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, and we are pretty much at our apogee. So we're going to enable these fuels and get ourselves angled appropriately. Okay, good. There's no commands on this flight computer, which I really don't need it at the moment. And we'll just get ourselves pointed prograde and use these RCS thrusters to raise our periapsis to, whoa, come on now. I guess I was a little overzealous with the controls there. And we're probably just going to go ahead and spent up all the fuels. But if we can get that to above 120, that'd be great. You know, maybe we should just use our main engine. And there it is. Wow, that was a lot faster than I thought it would be. Oh, we still have an ignition left, so we could actually increase this, but, and the usable antenna on Project AIRE, this one here that is currently active, only has a 400 kilometer range. So maybe second pass we will raise the parent ship up a bit. But for now we need to start planning for our reentry and our landing. So right there we will be at 28 kilometers. We need to get everything folded away before we hit atmosphere. And hopefully try to time things. Yeah, that's 50 some odd. Alright, so right about here we started tucking things away. That's a little bit inside the atmosphere. That's 2 hours, 20 minutes. So we're going to bring up Flight Computer and set our delay appropriately. It's 2 hours. Let's do 17 minutes. Just to make sure. I'll say, wow, yeah, my wheel wasn't working. Then we will retract these panels. You know what? I'm gonna give an immediate order to retract one of them. Retract now, so that after that signal goes through, and actually we can arm our parachute now while I'm thinking about it. Ooh, buddy. All right. Back out to the map view. So that's where we're gonna start encountering the atmosphere. Periapsis is 2 hours 24 minutes. I think we probably won't even make it that far, considering we will be atmospheric and seeing serious drag here. 2 hours 21 minutes. So I'm gonna say 3 minutes after that we should be done with the majority of our braking. So we're going to say 2 hours, 23 minutes. Did it just feel like we sped up? What happened? Okay, I'm switching the view back because if I accidentally click a node and warp to 2 hours, 23 minutes, In 2 hours and 23 minutes, I would like for you to unfurl, and then let's make sure this command carries properly. Stage once, stage twice to bring the engines online. That should do that. So then we just need to set up our after landing protocol, which we will set for 5 hours, 15 minutes. That should give us plenty of time to decide if we hit the ground or not. We will activate our primary, and we will also unfurl one of our solar panels once it gets folded up. So I'm going to change the delay to 5 hours even. And we're going to warp until that thing unfurls, or until our solar panel tucks away. Yeah, which is like 7 minutes out. And hopefully we'll still have connection by then, so I can tell it to unpack itself. Yep, there we go. And then 5 hours time, you will extend panel. Perfect. And our batteries are topped off. Oh wow, we are seeing a net positive on our charge just from these static panels. That is excellent. So we're going to need all of that. We don't need this node for any particular reason. Yeah, just a little quick saviness. Alright, I guess we can tuck flight computer away. Okay, let's a verification here. All right, 1 hour, 27 minutes to periapsis. Oh. Well, this is very interesting indeed. Shit. How did I mess that up? I don't know if it, yeah, see, look, 2 hours, 11 minutes. So if I put it on the node, the timing is way off. Oh, that, well, damn it. Let's set our delay to 0. And these two we can leave. Everything else has to go. Toggle stage, unfurl. Retract, where's the other unfurl? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 canceled commands. For 1, 2, 3, 4 commands to be canceled. It looks like I only gave the order to unfurl one set of wings also. That's ridiculous. Alright, and all things considered, we really don't... Alright. We're really not going to be going that fast. Hour 20. So in 1 hour, 20 minutes, forgot, we do need our designation. In 1 hour, 20 minutes, you will retract these panels. I think that's all I have to do. That's all I have to shut down on approach. Yeah, we're going to say in 1 hour, 20, because we're going to be well slowed down. Yeah, we'll just say 1 hour, 25 minutes. Keep it with all the good, happy things. So, unfurl that wing. Unfurl that wing. Okay, I saw the bar move, so I know that stuff happened. And then stage once, stage twice. So there should be 2 stagings in here. Yeah, toggle stage, toggle stage. So that's going to separate this and kick on our engines. And then we have the boot sequence from when we're on the ground in 5 hours. So, and you know what? While we're there, oh, that's the same biome we were in before, isn't it? No, the planet would have rotated. So we'll just go ahead and record impact data, log pressure data. Perturbation data. I think gravity scan's the only one that can't be done inside the atmosphere. Did I already? I probably already clicked that one because that's not it, and that's the last one. And analyze telemetry. Okay. So, let's give this a shot, shall we? We're going to time warp, and it's going to bump us out a bunch because it's going to cancel a bunch of commands. And then I'm going to review everything, make sure that stuff is happening when it's supposed to. One more command to cancel. Okay, so we will retract panels, and then 5 minutes after that we will unfurl one wing, unfurl the other wing, toggle stage, run our sciencey things, and then several hours after that we'll activate our primary comm and deploy a solar panel to top off our batteries. Okay. Set delay back to 0. And let's take it home. Oh, I should probably have turned this around a bit ago. That would have been handy dandy, right? Okay, so 5 minutes to wing deployment. Hopefully we will be going much slower by then. Although really with a rarefied atmosphere there isn't a whole lot to heat them up. So maybe they'll just be fine. Maybe I could have had them unfurled for this entire thing. Who knows? No, I'm not going to use physics time warp. I'm not going to use physics time warp because I am not that impatient. I'm just not that impatient. God, I really hope this thing works. I really hope we find a nice spot to set down. This looks very treacherous for landings. I guess I did not consider trying to find a flat spot, but then again, I didn't really get to pick my landing site. So, there's that. Alright. We are definitely slowing down. Our apoapsis is falling at a very reasonable rate. Our rate of descent is somewhere around the 5 to 600 meters per second. I don't have a indicator up for it. I just kind of go 1/1000 while staring at my altitude, which is obviously the super professional way of going about this. Alright, RCS thrusters are fighting just a little bit of pitch imbalance. I'm hoping that we can not have to do that because I would like to save this fuel for later. Or at least keep it for balance so we can fly. Alright, well, 3 minutes until airfoil deployment. Periapsis also falling. Looks like I still do have some decent pitch authority. Well, I did until I touched the controls. Yeah, doesn't like that very much at all. Spending more fuel than I probably should. Okay, starting to see some decent wobbling now. Come on, air. There's Venus on the ground of Mars, obviously. Stick with me, little guy. You can do it. Please don't start spinning. That would make getting those wings into the air a little difficult. Alright. Periapsis is about to be in the dirt. We're showing about 6 minutes. There's our suborbital indicator. Or our deorbited indicator, I should say. This thing's been suborbital since it got here. Alright, 2 minutes till airfoil deployment. Still cooking along at about 3.8 kilometers a second. Yeah, nothing up here looks landable. The parachute is armed and is set to deploy at a very low altitude. That is, assuming, of course, that we have bled off enough of our horizontal speed to not be transonic. Or at least at, you know, I mean, if you just fall straight through Mars's atmosphere, you will hit the ground going somewhere around Mach 2. Depending on your angle, of course, but you cannot rely on the atmosphere like you can at Earth or Venus to slow you down. I'm really hoping to do it by gliding a bunch, like a bunch, as far as I possibly can. But, yeah, not a whole lot of heating going here, and honestly, even considering our suborbital path and our Aero-Capture, we've burned off 0.17 of our ablator. This heat shield may not have been entirely necessary. Although it really seemed like it that first pass. Alright. Yeah, looks like we are done with the heating part of our pass. 1 minute till airfoil deployment. I'm starting to get a little worried that that might be too late. Oh boy. Gulp. Although, are we going to get flying at instead of high atmosphere Mars when our sciencey things run their operation? That'd be kind of neat. Get a little more out of this trip. Alright, no point in trying to keep that nose up. That heat shield's just so heavy. And really, if we can fire it into the ground and then pitch up and coast over it, that'd be even better. 22 seconds. Well, I think we're certainly going slow enough. We're down to 1.3 kilometers per second. Yeah, I'm starting to worry that we may be doing this entirely too late. We are at 18 kilometers altitude. Deployment happening now. Alright. Wings are out. Oh god! That was not supposed to happen that way. And we are not gliding. We are falling. Fire up the engines, see if we can't get some... Man, we're going 900 meters per second. I don't think there's anything... There's nothing those engines are going to do that our current speed just isn't going to do for us anyway. Alright, I'm going to... Oh, man. That is a very unhappy wobble. Hey! I wonder if we'll get the transmit in any of that. This thing does not want to pitch up. At all. Keep. 700 meters a second. Pitch up! Pitch up! Shoots! Splat. Damn. Well. That was a whole lot of hype for a crater. Yeah, I guess it was just too heavy. Maybe I should have just left the engines burning. Damn it. Ah, yeah. Vessel's destroyed. Cannot autosave at this point. Well, you know, these things happen. It was an experimental idea to begin with, and I guess now we know it either has to weigh a whole hell of a lot less, or it's got to have a whole hell of a lot more wing surface. But it is good to know that this is not a viable idea for anything. We might try again with a different design at our next window. I have this itch to make something like this work. Hey, hold on. There's our heat shield. Oh, it exploded too. Oh, just the probe core. The heat shield made it. We have landed on Mars. We have a successful heat shield Mars landing. Ah, damn it. Alright, well, we still have the M cell. It will be arriving at Mars in... Well, it will be doing its capture maneuver in about a day, now that we have some idea of what kind of telemetry works for an Aero-Capture here at Mars, and it has better parachutes and it doesn't rely on wings in a rarefied atmosphere. So it's probably the smarter way to go. So that's what we'll get at tomorrow. That's going to do it for us today, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. Until then, see you later.